I noticed that a number of you have signed up online. And I'm Monica Young. I'm the host of the Global Real Estate Investor Club, and I'm also the broker of the Just Global Inc. So we've been hosting a number of events for many years, since 2003, and we do monthly events. And now with this new paradigm, I hope everybody is safe and healthy. And now we'll continue to conduct virtual events, which we find is very, very effective because you don't have to commute and travel. So we'd like to share with you a bit more about the market right now. And then after my presentation, my speaker, Mr. Lee, who is a general contractor, will talk about the ADU construction. So what is most important? For many of you, if you're thinking about buying real estate, I'm sure that is a very important piece of investment in your life. It could be one of the most expensive ones. So it's very important to work with the right professional. For us, being that we've been in market for over 20 plus years, and not only that, we have a real estate license, we also have mortgage license and financial license. So we would help our clients to evaluate the scenario, whether you are buying your first home, say you've been renting, and you want to move into an owner-occupied property, or you have been living in a townhome and move to a single home, whether you want to keep it or you want to rent. So we have a lot of financial data to analyze. So that's why we really strongly encourage, if you're thinking about buying or selling, work with us as experienced broker. And right now, actually, we've still been very busy. We have some 1031 buyers going on. So talk to us, offline, and we would be able to share. About the market, actually, you might have heard, because of the pandemic, the sales actually been down. I was very shocked to hear that the sales transaction in California actually is below what have happened since the Great Depression. Many sellers kind of holding off and selling, so inventory is very, very tight. So you can see that new listing is off 27% in the market. So this year it's only 9,200 plus listing in the California market. And also in terms of closed sales, it also dropped 34%. So the California sales is way, way, way down. However, the good sign is because the interest rate is so low, is really driving activity for purchase or refinance. So next slide, please. I want to highlight about the Santa Clara County statistics. Santa Clara County is among all different counties. You can see that actually from year to year, say May 2020 versus May 2019, the median home price actually went up instead of dropping. So the median home price is 1.332 million last year. It went up 2% to 1.365 million. So being that we have a lot of tech jobs in the Silicon Valley, a lot of my clients still having very good income, very secure, they still continue to buy. And we still see a lot of multiple offer. And not only in the Bay Area, but also in Southern California. So it's been pretty strong market. And in terms of month-to-month inventory, March has been quite slow because we don't know what happened since the lockdown. April has been picking up. And also May, we see a lot more activity coming back. So this gives you a snapshot of various counties in the Bay Area. Next slide, please. So what did we observe after the shelter in place? So new listing actually dropped about 30% in the market since the lockdown. However, we still seeing multiple offer. Like we have listings, say in Sunnyvale and Cupertino just in the recent 2 weeks, all go pending with multiple offer. Anyway, about 5 to 7 offers, and the bidding price is as high as 8 to 10% above the asking price. So we're talking anywhere about 150,000 to 200,000 about the asking price of about 1.8 million to about 2.4 million. So significant overbid. However, on the other hand, like the townhome and condos, we see that more inventory. If you're trying to buy a condo or townhome, you might be able to negotiate on the price because there's now more inventory on the market. And also we observed that for a lot of the people who've been trying to buy homes in the Mid-Peninsula or South Bay, because of the remote working atmosphere, they can buy in the suburban area. So they can buy in, say, San Ramon, Danville, or even like Mid-Peninsula to Sacramento. So basically, there's kind of change of scenario that people are now more willing to do the telecommute in a little bit further away, but they get more home, with the money they spend. And interest rate, because we are licensed to do financing, so I want to share the historical low rate for this financing. Right now, we're talking about jumbo loan. We just have a few purchase loan. We in contract. We can see the jumbo loan is as low as 2.625% or even 2.5% for 10-1 for jumbo loan. We're talking about anything over 765,000. And then for the high balance conforming, it's hovering around 3 to 3.125% for 30-year fixed. And conforming loan rate is super good. So we're talking about for 30-year fixed is 2.875%, or even like we've seen days like last week, we can see about like 2.75%. All this for primary home. So investment home would be about 0.5 to 0.625% higher. But the 10-year bond has been hovering around 0.69%. It's very, very low. We've seen historical low rate. So for anybody who want to buy a house, if they can spend 1%, lower rate than last year, they can actually have more 10% purchasing power. So I want to emphasize 10% more purchasing power. Again, we've been seeing a phenomenon about investor, like moving out of California. Like last year, we saw about 691,000 people moving out of California, and only about 500,000 come in. So most of the people have moved to places like Texas, 86,000, Arizona, 68,000, Washington State, 55,000, Nevada, 50,000, Oregon, 30,000. So there are people moving to area that's more affordable. And because they can work remotely, many of them actually were able to save on housing as well as the state income tax and property tax. Next line. And the talk of town news that you might have heard, Tesla is moving to Austin. Tesla has just secured a $60 million tax incentive from Travis County. And they bought a 2,100 acres land really close to the Austin International Airport, and only cost them $5 million. It's amazing to see only $5 million to buy 2,100 acres of land outside the Austin Airport area. And they're planning to move fast, and they're going to have a new plan for Model Y by end of this year in Austin. So this is next line, please. This is going to be the new plan for the as far as they said it's very likely they will use that 2,100 acre to build a new plant, but of course they have a number of other sites looking at, but it's going to be very close to the northeast area. So we're talking about close to Manor, Pflugerville, and Round Rock. So this is going to be a hot area for investors probably looking at. And also in the past year or so, we've been selling a lot of homes in Leander. So from this new site of Tesla, it's going to be about like 28 miles to Leander. So it's still within commuting time. Next slide. So Kyle, can you move one slide back? Kyle? You have to show the last slide of the Austin home. Yeah. So these are some of the inventory home that is close to the Austin new factory. If you're interested, still look at out-of-state investment because you think California might be at a temporary high point. So it might be something you can consider. You can reach out to me and talk a bit more about out-of-state investment. Those are homes in Austin area going to be close to the Tesla plant. all brand new homes. Next slide. So like we have a couple of listings that are already pending. So this is in Sunnyvale area, and this is actually listed for 1.85. We have about 6 offers, and we have about like multiple offers, and the bidding price is almost like 10% higher. It's not closed yet, but then the seller actually moving out of town to retire in Florida. So for the Good School area, many of the seller, when they are selling, many of them are actually leaving the area for retirement or joining the family in out of state. So the inventory is very, very scarce. Next slide. So this one is also just pending 2 days ago. They were asking for $2.5 million for this one. And actually it's, we got 5 offers, and then we have the bidding price, you know, right above, you know, almost like 8%. So also multiple offer with very, very strong buyer, all work in the tech industry. Next slide. So this is going to be a home that is coming up. Probably would be listed about 1.2 to 1.25 million in the Cambrian area. So if you have like family or friends looking for homes in this area, please let us know. So it should be readily available within the next few weeks. Okay, next one. So another one that we have coming up is in San Leandro. Right now it is tenanted, and so the tenant is in process of moving out. So it would be ready in about like 2 or 3 months, and the price is going to be determined.